We are back to business, back to life, back to reality. It is business unusual at Manchester United as the boys are back training at Carrington. Mason Greenwood was seen there. Harry Maguire is fit, holding his boots. He was marching into the stadium. Andre Onana, Marcus Rashford, name them. But the most important is what has come out of that very important meeting to decide the future of several players. My name is Webb. This is the United Hotspot. Like, share, and subscribe. It's Manchester United Talk. Of course, many of you have been wondering, where is Webb the whole of today? He's not dropped us a video, no update, guys. I told you, I gave you the timelines of events that are going to happen this week, and I was waiting for something to come through. So better like, subscribe, and share, because by the time I come here, trust you me, I've got news for you. So you might sit down. Let's get into it together now. Now, Mason Greenwood has been, I think, the talk of the return of players at Manchester United, as he was seen at Carrington earlier today, but unfortunately he did not train with the rest of the team. Why? He was trapped in a meeting with the executive of Manchester United to try and discuss his future. Now, as it is said now, according to reports that are coming through, I was trying to text my people at Carrington. They seem to suggest that he's not returning to Manchester United. That's what they seem to be convinced, that he's not returning to Manchester United, and that Marseille, Olympic Marseille, are in the lead. That apparently in the meeting they made it clear to him, you are not returning. Where do you want to go? They picked his mind, and apparently he said Olympic Marseille wants to go and work with Roberto Di Zerbi, the new Olympic Marseille boss. But guys, I'm one of those who has not really completely given up on the return of Mason Greenwood. Until it happens, I'm not believing these reports, even if they're coming in from credible sources, my sources at Carrington. But that's at least we know there's something to do there. Now, Jadon Sancho was not there. Again, I told you he was banished from the squad, and the plan is for him not to return at all. So for Sancho, I think there is no turning back. It was done and dusted. Greenwood, not yet. He was seen training yesterday in Manchester. We are hoping he would come at Carrington and train today. Unfortunately, he did. But the bigger faces, more interesting faces you would have loved to see. When's the last time you saw Ruud van Nistelrooy at Manchester United cruising in the same car, sitting behind like a boss, any boss would anyway? He was chauffeured together with Rennie Hake. Like I've been telling you, they are in London, rather in Manchester, to sign their contracts as assistants to Eric Ten Hag. So they arrived today. They reported for the training, and of course, it was a good day. It was a good, of course, Eric Ten Hag reports and trades. Of course, for the most part, it was really a meeting and getting to introduce people and stuff like that. So I believe the real work should be starting tomorrow. Mason Mount as well, was there. He was seen among those who returned. Anthony, but his fate is not completely done. He should know his fate. Is he staying or not? Remember, Dan Ashworth is in, and among the first things he's supposed to do is to get about 200 million pounds for Man United from the sale of these flops that are littered all over the team. So Anthony is not completely safe. But if there is one safe player, this is a report that I think I gave you a couple of days ago, that with Amad Diallo, in my conversation with Ben Jacobs, he made it clear Ahmad is in the plans of Ineos, as they do think he's an important player, and in the next month they are going to be calling him to discuss his contract. Like I've been telling you, he is not really among the immediates. They know his discussion is important because his current contract runs out in the summer of 2025, but they've got a few months to call him and his new agents to try and talk him down to a new contract, and of course see that he stays and is an important part of the rebuild. Joshua Zirkzee, what's the plan? I know that's what you are all waiting for. Well, it is done. It is nearly dusted. Man United are ready to pay the buyout clause, and like I said, Zirkzee is said to be the first signing of the club. He should be confirmed probably before the end of this week. Expect an official bid to be placed in. That is not turning back. I told you, within Ineos and how they are doing things, they first call, like you're going to eat your food and you first, there are people who eat by first gathering every piece of food, every piece of it to one place and then eat it at once. So that's what Ineos does. They first assemble the things they want to do and then do them one after the other. So there's no way they were going to confirm a new signing before, of course, confirming the new backroom stuff. So later today, you should expect an official statement, probably today or tomorrow latest, confirming Rene Hake and Ruud van Nistelrooy because they're already in Manchester, and they did attend the earlier meetings to that Carrington. So expect them really to confirm, Ineos to confirm. When that happens, of course, then they will now move to officially bid for players, but also the meeting that took place earlier today was so important in trying to get the green light to go, because remember, they've got lots of options in different departments, in the striking, in the back line. They have got lots of options. So they had to have this one consolidated meeting and come up with a proper position on which players to go for. And the expectation is that in that meeting, it was all good. And we know that Manuel Ugarte is a player they're going for. He's waiting on them. So is Mathis de Ligt, who gave the green light for Man United to proceed and hold final talks with Bayern Munich over signing him. And so is of course, Joshua Zirkzee is the man likened to Ronaldinho. Well, well, it doesn't sound right saying it, but I mean, if you want to get the deep explanation of that, go in my last video from last night where I spoke about him and his style. I mean, it's blasphemy of sorts to try and compare any footballer to Ronaldinho. He's personally my god. So, I mean, you can compare players to Messi, Cristiano. Ronaldinho is a whole different. But the point is, in terms of how he expresses himself, plays with a smile, gets the ball, he's animated, he plays with a bit of flair. That's where the likeness is, but it's not in terms of levels. So, guys, don't get it twisted. I know you people, you might be attacking me in the comments saying, oh, Webb said Zirkzee plays like Ronaldinho. No, it's just the style, but it's not anywhere close to him. Not in this day, not in the next day, not in the next life. No, no way, no way. So, that's a bit of a wrap up of what's happening at Manchester United. What should I expect now? Again, I'm giving you more timelines of events. Expect, of course, confirmations of players we're bringing in, but also expect players to depart. Casemiro as well returned, by the way. I was almost forgetting to talk about Casemiro. Casemiro as well returned, and of course was smiling beatifically. But of course, as a professional player, he's got to return. He was not playing in the Copa America and stuff. He had to return, but it doesn't mean it's done. Man United are waiting for a worthy offer for Casemiro to come through from Saudi. When that comes, then they will let him go. And when the moment they let him go, they'll certainly trigger of course, that bid for Manuel Ugarte. So most probably, the little delay that could come might be if perhaps we delayed a little bit in terms of Ugarte. But also remember that the Saudi transfer window opens on the 17th. So it's not yet open. So maybe that could drag. If Man United are thinking first, let's sell Casemiro and then we officially bid for Ugarte, then it might only happen after the 17th, because the Saudi transfer window officially opens on the 17th of July, all through, I think, to October. So a bit of that. But pretty much that's it. That's what has been happening at Carrington today. But happy faces all over the place. It's good to see these guys back. But honestly, you think about it, and I was feeling for these players saying, man, do these guys really get enough rest? I mean, the season just ended. We were just beating Man City for the FA Cup title recently, and guys went on holiday and now they're back. It's like, it feels like yesterday, but you think about it, I mean, it's a job. They are paid crazy money, highest paid, I think, job in the world. So, I mean, you think about us who do other jobs, we also get only 21 days of annual leave. So, and we don't even earn 2% of what they earn per week. So really, let them earn their money. We've been powered. So pre-season starts on the 15th. Man United takes on Rotterdam. That's a Norwegian club. Certainly, it is going to be again a blazing pre-season. My name is Webb. This is the United Health Sport. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you later, fam. Peace, love, and harmony.